Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I thought I was only going to have one video of breeding mishaps this year, but we're back again. And let me be the first to tell you, if you haven't heard, bad things happen in threes. And in animal care, it's usually animals passing away in threes. So let's talk about it. So, as I'm sure many of you know who've been watching the channel lately this year, we had a popwin carpet female get too cold and just randomly pass away. And then one day I found my male super zebra that I produced 5 years ago deceased in his enclosure. Um, sometimes animals pass away, just failure to thrive, or, have internal complications that we're never made aware of, or, stress, what have you. And I've talked about the stress that breeding can impart upon an animal. And then you double down that stress when they're a bit immunocompromised if things get a little too cold. And I believe my room in here got a little too cold, just a little into the mid to low 60s, which is way too cold. Even though they were warming up during the day, it was just too much. And yeah, I believe that, coupled with pairing for breeding season, caused some stress in a couple animals. What When you have this many animals, something's bound to happen. It's just numbers game. And yeah, I think that's what happened. That popwin carpet, the stress of breeding, it was just too cold, and I put in a wild caught male, so maybe his good gut bacteria didn't mesh with hers, and she got sick. He got a little under the weather, but he's okay now. And that really sucked because that animal was a really nice breeder of mine. I raised her up from a little baby. She produces great animals and was a sweet animal. And then I think it was not maybe 2 weeks later, I had been pairing, excuse me, I'd been pairing my male super zebra over my really nice jungle female heiress, and God damn it, she started showing signs of getting a little bit under the weather from too cold as well. So I stopped that pairing, put them back, and just stopped. And she's fine. She's eating. She's shed. She's doing her thing. She's obviously not producing this year, but yeah, that male just one day was in his enclosure toast. Didn't really give me any heads up. I saw him a few days before, and he was a little snotty, and I had some stuff going on, and so I was like, all right, yeah, we're gonna have to handle this. But it was early, and it was bad, and here we are. Stress, animals being focused on breeding, so they're not eating, then cold. It's just a bad recipe, right? So then why are we still here talking about it? Well, like I said at the beginning, things happen in threes, and if you've been counting, that was only two. So today I woke up and got gut punch number 3. I am very, very sad to say that my female Woma python has passed away. And I'm pretty sure she was gravid. She wasn't eating, cycled everybody, caught plenty of locks. And just like the other two, started noticing out of nowhere randomly, she was showing signs of having gotten too cold, getting some mouth cheese. So I was cleaning her out, taking care of her, hydrating her, soaking her. And she had a lot of fight in her. She was feisty. She had strength. She was ripping away for me the whole nine. And yeah, that was that, I guess. It's really sad. I produced this snake at work. This is a GX3 produced animal. Hatched this girl out. Really sucks. In my zoo years, everybody would tell me things happen in threes, animals pass away in threes, and it was certainly true. I guess it's the same in private care too. So really sad. Now I know a lot of you want to comment, oh, did you get a necropsy, this and that. Necropsies cost several $100s. I would literally have to get her to the vet right now, which is going to get in the way of getting to work, which it's not going to give me any answers, and it's not going to change anything. She got sick. She passed. It was probably too cold. I cranked the heat. She showed that she was hugging the heat. She wanted it. Must have just been too far gone. Now I'm going to have this empty enclosure here to remind me of it the entire time. That and the male over there. It just sucks. Really beautiful snake. She was real feisty at first. Picked her out right away. Was really fond of them. That sucks. Now the question is, I've got a 3.5-year-old male. Do I move him on to somebody that would like him? Do I acquire a baby and start the process raising one up all over again? Do I try and find a female that's an adult that's being sold, that isn't being sold for nefarious reasons, and that isn't overpriced? I mean, there's WOMAs, you can find it, but not all WOMAs look alike. And if somebody's selling an adult, there's usually a reason. Not always. Sometimes they have a female pass like mine, but yeah. I'm not making any decisions on it. I know I would like to, breed WOMAs for myself personally and not just at the shop. It is a goal of mine, but space and money is limited. What do you do? So I'm not making any decisions right now. The universe will give me more signs, I suppose. It'll guide me in whatever direction I think I should go. So, but in the spirit of transparency and being authentic as I am on here, I share all the good stuff, and I've shared plenty of bad. Certainly not going to, hide all the bad stuff now. I'm sure there's plenty of people who want to see me fail, who are going to sit here and take this as fodder and try and start rumors about, my animals being trash or sick or whatever. You do that. It doesn't bother me. Yeah. It is what it is. When you work with hundreds of animals, one or two are bound to have issues here or there. So it just sucks. Never gets easier. Never get any answers, even with necropsies. It is what it is, I guess. So I figured I would pick up the camera, at least start something, and share the good, the bad, and the ugly. And third time is definitely a bad charm. Bad things happen in threes. So see if the day gets any better, and who knows? I don't know. All right. I've been thinking about what to say and how to wrap this up. I was thinking maybe there will be some silver lining in here or something else interesting going on that we can end on a high note, but there isn't. It's just kind of not a good day here. Yeah, I guess the silver lining is, or the message is, when you get knocked down, get back up. It's really easy to want to just throw in the towel and quit. 3 animals is a lot to lose, even when you have hundreds and things are out of your control and weather was bad and whatever. It happens. I'm not the first person this has happened to, and I won't be the last. I'm sure some of you watching this have had this or worse happen. So it's really easy to think about just throwing in the towel and getting rid of everything and quitting, but honestly, getting rid of stuff would be hard to do. These animals mean a lot to me. This is my life. I don't think I could ever not have snakes here. So, I'll take this one on the chin and be a little low for a bit, but we'll get back up on the horse and keep plugging away, keep feeding animals, keep cleaning animals, and just try and do the best we can regardless. So it is what it is. Yeah, I wish I had more positive news and something interesting to show you guys today, but the reality of keeping lots of snakes is inevitably something's going to go wrong. And not just snakes, animals in general. So appreciate you guys hanging out, sticking through this morose, not positive video, but I hope you at least learn something from it or get some more motivation, or at least realize that I'm just human and prone to the same fallibilities and all sorts of nonsense that everyone else is. So with that, love your reptiles. Don't be discouraged. Fight through the tough times. Keep going. It'll get better. It always does. Everything's temporary. It's just up here. So please, please, if there's anything you take away from this, it's love your animals and keep going. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys. Check out my sponsors, Reptile Husbandry Designs. Use code RR10 to get you 10% off that checkout. If you're shipping this year, ship with Reptiles Express. Use code Riley50 to get you 50% off the standard FedEx rates for up to 10 labels per customer. Take that money you're saving, go sign up for USARK membership in USARK Florida. I'll have all their information in the description below. And if you'd like to support what we've got going on here, hopefully during better times, of course, look me up on Patreon. Riley Jimison on Patreon. We've got a Discord community, get access to babies early, discounts on merch, so on and so forth. So come check it out. It's a good time. My patrons are wonderful people. And yeah, see you guys on the next one. I don't know how it could be any worse than this, but let's hope it's a lot more positive and good things to share. See ya.